Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to create a birth announcement. So I'm going to go over to my recently used and I'm going to place this flower on my workspace. I'm also going to place this image of this baby on my workspace as well. And I'm just going to try and layer it where the face might go. And I'm going to go into the app section and I'm going to use this app called Blend Image Blender. So I'll click that. And I've got my image of the baby selected, which is great. I'm going to select or click on this purple button, and we're going to use the radial option. Now we have the option here on our workspace to just move this around to where we want that blending to occur. And we can also make it bigger or smaller, whatever works for us. We also have the option over here to set the strength of our radial so we can see more of the baby, or we can see more of a blended option. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And I'm going to save this as it is. All right, so the image has been blended successfully. I'm just going to move this a little bit so it's right there. And I'm going to take both of these and I'm just going to group them together. I'm now going to add an image and I'll set this image as my background like that. We're now going to place a square or rectangle on our workspace. You can just press R and that will place one right on your workspace like that. I'm going to make that larger like this. I'm going to make it transparent and I'm going to add a border. I'm also going to change that border to a gradient like this, and I'm going to go to position and layers, and I'm going to bring that border behind my image of the baby in the flower. I'm going to grab that image and I'm just going to make it a little bit larger so that it overlaps that border. I'll go to elements and I'm going to add a brush stroke to my workspace, and I'm going to change the color of that brush stroke. And I've got another one in behind here, so I'm just going to change that one as well. And now I'll just continue to add brush strokes. Like that. And we can continue as well till we get to this point here. I'm going to go to position and layers and I'm going to grab all of them and I'm just going to group them all together. And I'm now going to grab that group and bring it in behind the rectangle like this. All right, I'm now going to go back into elements and I'm going to search for some dots, and I'll go into graphics and I'll place this graphic of dots on my workspace like this. I'm going to go into the color chooser and I'll change the color to that type of a shade. I'm going to make another copy and I'm going to bring this down here, make it a little bit larger, and I'm going to change that one to a gray like that. And I'm going to grab or go to position and layers. I'm going to grab both of them and I'm just going to bring them in behind my square rectangle there. So now they're sitting in behind. It's time to add some text. So I'm going to add a heading. I'm going to place this heading right about here. And I'm going to make this left aligned. In here, I'm going to type James Parker. I'm going to make this a little bit larger like that. And I'm going to go to the alignment or spacing tab And I'm going to decrease the line spacing in between those two words. I'm going to add another text box, and in here I'm going to type announcing, and I'm going to go to the fonts, and we're going to use Tallow Regular for the announcement. I'll also make that left aligned, and I'll put that right there. I'll add some more text, and I'm going to bring this right here, and I'm going to change that font to a font called Montserrat. I hope I said that right. So here it is right here. And we're going to make that a little bit smaller. And in here, I'm going to type the date of birth, which was March 3rd, 2025. Let's make that a little bit smaller. And we'll leave it like that. I'm going to take a copy of this and I'm going to place it down here, and I'll put now the length, which was 18 inches, and then the weight, which was 7 pounds 4 ounces. And I'll add another text box. And in here, I'll just type in the time of birth, which is 1:05 a.m. Now, I'm just going to place a QR code element here, but you also have the option to go into apps and actually create your own custom QR code with any one of these options. But I'm not going to do that. And you could link that QR code to more photos or something else that is important in terms of this birth announcement. So I'm just going to go back to Elements, and I'm going to search for a QR code. And I'm going to place this QR code in the bottom, like this. And I'm just going to align these a little bit better just so that they're aligned with the QR code like this. Now for the text James Parker, we're going to add a little bit of a shadow. So we'll click Effects, we'll come to Shadow, and we're going to change the color of that shadow to purple. And we're going to increase the blur and reduce the offset a little bit, just so that we see a little bit of that purple shadow on the edge of the text. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that you liked this tutorial. If you did, press the like button, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. If you have any suggestions for other tutorials, I'll leave it in the comments as well. I'll put it on my list of to-do videos just for you. For now, my friends, I'm going to say bye-bye. Until next time.